Okay, how about now? I pushed the button, but it didn't take. So I hate when that happens. But can you hear me now? Because I see my mic is working. Yes. Okay. So welcome to Thursday Night Live Hangout. I'm Tina Carini with Sponge and Stamp with Tina. And tonight we're going to be doing a Z-fold card, a Z-fold easel card. It's so super cute, and you got to stay to the end because I have two sample cards to show as well on them. And I'm also going to be giving you a sneak peek of next week. We're going to be doing a technique. So I'm going to show you a sneak peek of that as well. And let's see. So glad you guys are here. Good, you guys can hear me now. I'm so sorry about that. I hit the button, but I guess it just didn't take because there's three buttons I have to hit pretty much at the same time. I have to hit my sound for the mic, then I have to turn off the music and turn on the face camera. So somehow or another, the sound, I must have not pushed it hard enough. But anyway, so that's what we're doing tonight. And I don't know if you guys heard if my sound was on or not, but I'm going to be starting up here in about 2 weeks. I'm going to be going live twice a week, not twice a week, but every other week I'll be going twice. Yeah, twice. So we'll keep our Thursday night hangouts, and then it'll either be on Mondays or Tuesdays. I'm not quite sure yet on that one. The first one might be on a Monday, but after that, it'll be, the next one will be on a Tuesday, and then it'll be Tuesday from there on out. I think that's what I'm going to do. I haven't quite got all that figured out, but the live in the afternoons at noon is going to be free card class with a purchase. So I will send those card kits out to you for free. You just purchase $35 or more from my online store, and you get the card kits of the cards that we make during that live. So I'm super excited about that. You guys are excited, yay! So I can't wait for that. And it's only gonna be twice a month that I do that to start out with, and we'll see how that goes and all that jazz. And I got new goodies that are coming. They'll be here hopefully Tuesday. Hopefully they will be. And so Wednesday morning I'll be singing that song, Daylight Coming, Me Don't Want to Stop, because I'm probably going to be up all night crafting and getting my card classes and Facebook Lives and the free class Facebook Live. I'm going to be working on all of those. I cannot wait. So you guys let me know if you would like for me to do an unboxing video of my new stuff that I'm going to be getting. I hate to call it stuff, but it's goodies. They're new toys, and I can't wait. I'm sure that some of you, or a lot of you, probably already seen a lot of unboxing videos, but I will be happy to do it. You guys just have to let me know if you want me to do that or not, and I can. As soon as I get it, I can go live and do it. Let's see. Bonus coupons. This is the only month that you can, yes, please do the unboxing. We would love to see what you get. Okay, I will definitely do that. Bonus coupons. This is the month to redeem them. You can only redeem them during the month of, we're in August, right? Yes, August. And so don't forget about those. And paper sale, designer series paper sale is going on this month as well. So it's 15% off selected designer series papers. I know that as of this morning, I noticed that there were a couple of them that are already in low inventory. So one of them is the Country Wood, which we are going to be using that one tonight. Let's see. I think that's it. There's a lot of things that are actually either not orderable right now, but they're going to be in the next couple of days or next week, within the next week or so. Some aren't going to be in until the first or second week of September. I know the Spotlight dies in the bundle. Let me get the Spotlight on Nature. That one should be in around August 26th. So that one will be back in. I know that's been a favorite. It's been very, very popular. I do have to say that, let me show you. I can show you this. I can only show you. I'm going to go ahead and flip down to the desktop. I can only show you the cover. I cannot open this. I'm not allowed to yet until it goes live. But you guys should be getting your catalogs. If you're a customer of mine, you should be getting your catalogs here pretty soon. So keep your eye out for them because this is a good one. Like I said, I can't wait to share with you guys all my new goodies that are coming, and some that are still on my wish list. But anyway, yeah, so it's going to be a lot of fun, and can't wait. So let me see. I know there was something else. Oh, I have a September card class. It's in-person card class. So if you live in the Byron, Georgia area or Middle Georgia area, we would really love to have you come. It is going to be September 7th at 10:30 a.m. on a Saturday. We have so much fun, and my ladies that attend, they have been getting so creative. I posted a reel on Saturday because one of our ladies, Mrs. Miller, we used the loveliest tree, and I was showing them different techniques on how to color the tree, and they were doing that, and they were getting so creative with the way that they were stamping it and the colors that they were choosing. And Mrs. Miller decided to turn one of hers into an apple tree. So that was really, really cool. I hope that you guys saw that and saw the pictures because it really, really was pretty. And wow, you guys are commenting so fast. I'm going to have to put my glasses on so I can read these. Yes, she did, Chris. She did a great job on it. I was so proud of her. She always does a good job. She doesn't think that she does, but she does. She always does a wonderful job. But anyway, we would love to have you join us. That is September 7th, Saturday at 10:30 a.m. Just RSVP no later than Friday, September the 6th, because I do cut for the kits, the card stock, and I prepare everybody's kits on Fridays. So just please RSVP me. You can RSVP me on Facebook through Messenger. You can email me. It's spongeandstamp@hotmail.com. Yeah, so come join us. And let's see here. I don't think there's anything else. And if there is, I'll think about it as we're going along. So I need to move this mic just a little bit out of my way. Okay, so are you guys ready? This is the card that we're making tonight, and it is an easel card. So it stands up, if I can get this. I actually put this one together a little wrong. That's not even proper English. But one of the stamp sets that I used on this was in the online exclusives, but it is gone and it's not coming back. So I checked to make sure it is not coming back. So that one was the Trucking Along, which is really sad because I really do love that stamp set. The Truck Builder Punch is still available. You can get that. So the sentiments are going to be different. And then I really didn't like my little sentiments. I call it the easel stopper. That's what I call it because I don't know what else to call it. But anyway, I'm going to change that up because I really didn't like that either. And then I'm just going to change the easel part, the color on that, and we're going to add some designer series paper. So that's the card we're going to be doing. Let's go ahead and get started on that, because it is a little bit of stamping, and there's a technique in this card as well. So you're going to be learning a little bit of masking too. So here are all my pieces. I have my measurements right here as well. So, excuse me, I got to take a drink. Oh, I hope you guys have your favorite drink with you. I thought about doing something fun because I always go and but I didn't know what to do, but I was thinking it would be fun to do something with that, but you know, I didn't come up with anything fun. But if you guys do, let me know. That way at least we can make the fun. Okay, so your card base, this is Pretty Peacock. It is 11 inches by 4 1/4, and we're going to score this. So let's go ahead and score it. And I went to go order my scoring blades, and I can't because they're not available right now. So we can't. So I'm going to score this with the 11-inch side up at the top of your trimmer or your scoring tool, whichever you want to use. Normally I use my scoring tool, but today we're just going to take a chance and I'm going to use my trimmer. So we're going to score it at 2 3/4. And hopefully I don't mess up because I'm really chatty tonight. So, and you guys know me, I can't talk and concentrate at the same time. So I'm hoping that I'm going to do this right. And then we're going to score it at 5 1/2. So we scored it at 2 3/4. And now we're going to score it at 5 1/2. Okay, so we've got that one scored. I know we need to score another one. So a couple more actually. So then I have this part here. This is the part that's going to make your easel. So this is Pool Party, and it is 3 1/2 by 9 1/2, and we're going to score it at 4 3/4. I may not be able to talk a whole lot tonight because it's making my throat very scratchy. Okay, so 4 3/4, we're going to score that. I'm going to check the measurement, measure twice, cut once, score once. Okay, so 4 3/4. Okay, so there we go. And then we have an inside piece here. This is the inside. This is where you stamp your sentiment or you decorate it, whatever you'd like to do with it. So that one is 3 1/4. So it is 3 1/4 by 7 1/4. And we're going to score that at 5 inches. I was about to say that doesn't look right, but yeah, it does. Okay, so we're going to score that at 5 inches, and we're done with the scoring for right now. So I'm going to put that aside. Then we're going to bring in these other pieces here. Oh, I did cut one of those. So this piece of scrap here, but I didn't bring the punch over. I used the hexagon punch to punch that out with. So we're going to use half of that for our sentiment. Then I use the stylish shape. This is the 3rd largest one. So die cut the 3rd largest one. Then I have a piece for the inside to decorate with. This is the Country Wood Designer Series paper. Oh, that got bent. This is the Country Wood Designer. Thank you guys. Country Wood Designer Series paper. And this is on sale, and it is low inventory. So you can get this pack of paper for 15% off, but it is, as of this morning, it may be sold out. I don't know. It's on low inventory. So I didn't write the measurements on this one, but this one is, and this is not in the PDF file. I do have a PDF file on how to make the easel card, but not the stamping and all of that because it's pretty basic with this stamp set because we're using the Scenic Pumpkin Patch stamp set, which is an online exclusive. This is a really fun set. I got it because of the pumpkins on it because I absolutely love pumpkins at fall. But I have to be honest, when I first got it and I first took it out to play with it, it was really intimidating me because I'm not very good at scene building, but I practiced and practiced and practiced. So hopefully you guys will like what I've come up with. So this is 3 1/2, probably by 5, but I don't know. No, I'm sorry. What is that? I don't even, 4 3/4, 3.5 by 4 3/4. But I think we might trim it down just a little bit. I'm going to wait and see. So these I die cut from the, what was the name of Unbounded Love dies. So this was the one that I used right here. I used this die right there to cut those out. And let's see what else we got here. What else we got? Okay, so we have this piece and this piece left. This is the layer. This is going to go on here. This is where we're going to stamp our scene on this piece of white. It's 2.5 by 4, and this is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4. So you don't have to remember all of the measurements on this, because if you're on my email list, you will get this no later than Monday. It's going to be emailed to you with this video. So if you missed the video, you can always watch it there. And if you're on YouTube watching, thank you so much. And please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. Give me a thumbs up. And I'd love to hear from you. So please comment. I do answer my comments. And I love to, like I said, love to hear what you have to, what you say. So let's see. Uh-oh, my comments are gone. There they are. Thank you for sharing. Thanks, Chris, for sharing. Let's see here. Where were we? Okay, so we're going to push all this stuff aside because now we're going to put together this card. So you have your card base, and this is how you want it. You want to fold it, and you want to fold it in half at that 5.5 up, like so. There may be other ways to do it, but this is what I found was the easiest. And then you want to give that a nice crisp little burnishing there. And then this piece right here, you want to fold down. And then you want to give that a nice crisp little burnishing. All right, so that's your base, and this is what it should look like after you get it folded and burnished. That's what it should look like. Okay, so there we go. So now we've got the inside piece, and we're going to fold this piece right here up like so. Just kind of my trimmer. That's what I forgot to put on my list, on my order, was new blades. Okay, so here we go. All right, and then we've got that, and then this is your easel part of your card. So we're going to fold that in half at that score line, just like so. I think I got that straight. You never know. All right, so this is going to attach to the inside of your card. So you have it like this, okay? So this is going to attach to the inside like so, like that. But before you attach that, you want to attach and glue your white piece to here. So, but before you do that, you want to do all your stamping and all your decorations that you want to do on the inside piece. You want to do that before you glue it down, because if you mess it up, then you kind of got to start over with the easel part anyway. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to put this right here, just like so. You could decorate this part. You could leave this part for writing, but when I put it all together, I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you an idea that you can use that part for too, which is really, really cool, I think. So we're going to go ahead. I got some liquid glue here, and we're going to put that right across the bottom of that to decorate it a little bit. You could do stamping, you could stamp your pumpkins, whatever you wanted to do, your trees, whatever. Okay, so we got a little bit of overhang on both sides. I did not want that. Scooch that over, and then I can just trim this little bit right here. Just trim that right off. There we go. All right, and then we could stamp a sentiment in here, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to leave that as is. And then we're going to bring in our easel part of our card here, and this is what you're going to do. You're going to fold this piece up And this is what you're going to use to center on here. Now it's going to hang off the bottom part, and that's okay, but you want to make sure that your sides are pretty even. Did I cut that straight or crooked? No, I cut it straight. You want to make sure that they're as even as you can get. So I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue here. I'm going to try not to get too much on there. And then I'm just going to center this the best that I can. Just like that. Well, it needs to come over this way. Just a tad bit. There we go. So there we go. So that's ready to go on here. So now what we're going to do is we're going to bring this card in. Okay. And you're going to fold this down. Actually, yeah, I think I did this right. You're going to fold this. This is going to be up. But in order to line it up, we need to have it like this. So we're going to fold that. So the trick is, which I didn't do on this, and let me show you what happens if you don't. When I glued this, I was centering all of this up, trying to give enough space between here and here, not thinking that this part here, do you see what I did? Can you see there's a gap? It doesn't go flesh into flesh. It doesn't go right into that fold right there. I mean, it's even with it, but it doesn't go down into it. And that keeps you from opening the card all the way. So anyway, so what you want to do is when you do that, you want to make sure that this piece here comes, hopefully you guys can see, comes right down into that fold right there. But at the same time, you want to make sure that your sides are even, an even amount of space, and that it's straight. So this could come over just like that. And then you want to make sure that this does fold up, that it's not too far down. So that's what you want to do. So hopefully that just made some sense. Thank you for sharing, Lynette. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and glue this down. Make sure I get lots of glue in there. And I am going to put that right down right in there because I want that to be right in the fold. And I want my sides to be pretty even, my card to be straight. I'll make sure that this folds up, which it does. And then we're just going to adhere that down. All right, so once you get that, now you want to put some glue on here. And then all you do is you just fold this up like that. So pretty easy, right? So now your card is all together. So this is going to come down like so, okay? So now all you have to do is finish decorating it. No, it's not going to stay because we don't have our stopper on here. So we got to put our stopper in there, which will hold it like so. And so do you see the Z still? So it's a Z fold easel card. All right, so we're done. Oh, that slid up on me. Darn it, it did it again. Shoot. Wonder if I can. I'm not going to do that. So you know what? Instead of folding that up, because that's what I did the first time, and it did that. It slid it up. So what I would do would be when you get that down and you know that this is going to fold, put your glue, don't fold this up, just lay it down flat, because I did that twice and it did it again. So, oh well. Anyway, so that's going to be that. Did that make sense? Instead of folding this up to meet that, just glue this down. So when you glue this down, put your glue on here too, and then just line it all up to where that meets in there. Because I'm obviously not doing something right there. But anyway, that's that. So now we're going to decorate. We're going to put this piece here on here. Excuse me, I take another sip. All right, so this covers the whole front side of the card. I don't think I want to do that. So I'm going to take off probably about let's see, I'm going to take off 1/4 of an inch. So then that will leave like 1/8 of an inch all the way around. So I'll take a 1/4 of an inch off of there, and I'll take a 1/4 of an inch off the bottom, and then that should do it. All right. And we're going to adhere this right on here like so. And center that on there so that you see that pool party. I just thought that that would look a little nicer. And then we're just going to put some glue right on there. And we're going to put this on here, center it as straight as we can get it, which is pretty good. All right. Now we're ready to do some stamping. Okay, so we've got this piece right here, and we've got our sentiment piece, and we have this we have to stamp on, and this and this and this and this. So I'm going to go ahead and stamp our sentiment. So I'm using the hello from Simply Said because it was easy. And yes, you guys, I do have more sentiments, but that one's just right. It sits right here on my desk because it's just so convenient and I use it a lot. But we're going to stamp that, and it's easy. So, hey, I like easy. All right, so we're going to stamp that. Hopefully I can get that straight right in there. Stamping that in Pretty Peacock. There we go. So that's all ready. We're going to put that aside. I am going to clean this off. I'm going to use my chamois. You can find the chamois in my online store. All the supplies that I'm using tonight you can find on my online store. And let's see here. Do I need? Yes, I do. We need this because the first thing we're going to do. All right, so if you notice that in this case, when you open it up, I have these little pumpkin, these pieces of papers with the pumpkins on there. I even have one cloud too, cloud or mountain, whatever you want to use it for. All right, so we're going to be using these tonight, and this is called masking. When you use these, and I'm going to show you how I did it and what happens. So on this card right here, you can see that the pumpkins are in front of the fence. So in order to do that, we have to mask when we stamp. So that will help. So if you wanted the pumpkins behind the fence, then you would stamp the fence first, and then you would mask the fence, and then stamp your pumpkins. And then that would put your pumpkins behind the fence. I wanted my pumpkins in front of the fence, so I stamped my pumpkins, I masked my pumpkins, I stamped the fence, and then the fence is behind the pumpkins. And you also stamp your ground or whatever you want around that on there too, that you don't want your pumpkin. Because I could just stamp the ground and then stamp my pumpkins, but then I'm not going to have this white that's in my pumpkins. And I really, let me hold this up closer. I really wanted the white in my pumpkins, and I didn't want the color to get distorted. So let me bring in my piercing mat and some scrap paper, because we're going to do some stamping off too, because I didn't want my pumpkins to be full strength. If you try to make this card, which I really hope that you do, you might want your pumpkins full strength, but I did not. So I'm just going to ink them up. I'm going to stamp them off, and then I'm going to place them right about here, I think. Just like so. Just stamp those down. So there's my pumpkins. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to close this up because I do not need this anymore, I don't think, except, no, we already did our sentiment. Okay, so now this is where I'm going to do my masking. So I'm going to bring in my paper. Oh, let me show you how I did that. So all you do is you just take a Post-it note, like so. You stamp your pumpkin. We'll just use the green or the Pretty Peacock. You just stamp your pumpkins right at the top where your sticky stuff is. Okay, but your sticky stuff is on the back, not on the front. because you want it to be able to stick to whatever you're masking it to. And then you do the dreaded fussy cutting, and you just carefully cut your pumpkins out. Normally when we're doing fussy cutting, we leave a little bit of an edge around like that. Can you see? I don't know if you can see the edge. I think you can. So, but when you're doing a mask, you want to take it right to your image, as closely as you can to your image. And then that gives you, I'm not going to cut this whole thing out, but that gives you your mask. You just go around and you just cut it all out. All right, so that's what you do. And then just keep it in your case with you, and then you have it for a few times until it is really just used a lot and doesn't have any stickies. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to place this on here. There's a couple of different ways that you can do this, but I'm not going to worry about all that fuss right now. But actually I am. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to move it up just a teeny bit. Well, now it's not going to stick on me. Where you don't see, or where you see a teeny bit of your pumpkin. I'm okay with that. It's going to leave a halo on this side of it, but I'm okay. All right, so there's my mask. So can you see where it's got, here, let me hold it, where you can see just a little tiny bit of your pumpkin showing? I am okay, Carol. Glad you're here. I'm okay with that. And the reason why I'm doing that is because if you put it right up to it, you're going to have a halo. I'll show you what I'm talking about. You will have a halo around your stamped image, and you don't really want that. So I'm using basic beige. My desk is a complete mess, you guys. I'm so glad you can't see it. You don't want that halo around there. But I'll show you ways that you can fix it, because there is going to be some areas that you're just going to have it. All right. So I am going to stamp off. This is basic beige. This is the ground or the grass piece of the stamp set. And I'm just going to start at the bottom. And I know that you can't hardly see that. And that's okay, because what we're going to do is just keep stamping and moving this around. That is the best way. Oh, I forgot to stamp that off. So that part there is going to be pretty dark. But that's okay. I wanted to build my color because you can't take color away, but you can build it. All right, so when I come up here where I want my grass to end, or my dirt, I'm using the flat edge side so that I get a straight line across there. And I'm going to stamp that off, and I got a little bit of piece right there that is not wanting to stamp for me. That's okay, because grass is just never perfect, is it? Maybe I'm just going to have to, well, this piece here, what is, there's got to be something that's blocking it. There we go. It's darker than what I wanted, but that is all right. So I'm just going to ink off or stamp off, and then I'm just going to move this around just to kind of disguise those lines that are going through there. If you know of an easier way to do this, please let me know. All right, so there we go. My grass is not a straight line, but I'm okay with it. It's okay. It's grass, right? Grass never grows in a straight line. Okay, so I am good with that. So now what we're going to do is we're going to close this up, because oh no, we do need this. So let me bring in this piece here. This is our die cut that we cut from the Stylish Shape. It is the third largest one. I'm going to take this and I'm going to stamp this off. And I'm going to start where I think I want my grass to end, which is right about there. So you can see that. And then I'm just going to come down. I'm going to use this choppier side here and just kind of fill in. I'm just going to keep adding until I get it like I want it. I want lighter and darker patches. So I'm okay with the way that that looks. All right, because when it all comes together, it's really pretty. All right, so I think I'm done with that. Let's go ahead and come back to our mask. So now I'm going to lift up my mask and I'm going to bring it down to where just barely see the tops of these pumpkins. And I am okay with that, okay? It's going to be all right. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit more though, because I don't want too much of the fence on my pumpkins. But I want enough, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. All right, so there, I'm okay with that. All right, actually, no, I'm not, because this needs to come over a little bit more. Just needs to come over just a teensy tiny bit more. All right, so there, I'm okay with that. So now I'm going to come in and I'm using early espresso. And we're going to bring in our fence. So here's our fence, and it needs to be over more on the block. It's going to go like that, okay? So there's our fence. I'm going to ink this up in early espresso, get it nice and inky. And then I'm going to put, see where the poles are, where they come down? I'm going to just touch the grass with those, or the dirt. So that's what I'm going to do. Just like that, okay? There we go. Now you see where if you would have stamped your pumpkins and then stamped that, you would have stamped your fence all in your pumpkins, and you really don't want that. So when you take your mask off, voila, your pumpkins are in the front of your fence. So isn't that the coolest? I just love that so much. All right, so now what we're gonna do is, I'm done with that for now. We are gonna bring in some Mossy Meadow, and I have these. I gotta change some things around on some blocks here. My blocks are disappearing. I don't know where they're going to. It seems like every week I'm missing one. I'm going to ink up my stems. There's the stems for all the pumpkins. This is the 3, so it goes with the 3 pumpkins. We're going to line this up, and then we're just going to stamp. So there's our stems to our pumpkin. So isn't that so cute? And so easy to do this. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do is, this is going to be, I'm going to stamp my little barn. We're going to do that one in Cajun Craze. On the sample card, I stamped off, and then I stamped the roof full strength. But on this one, I'm going to stamp the barn full strength right here on this piece right here. We're going to bring it, I don't want to stick my head in the camera here. We're going to bring it right to the grass line, over to the left, but I don't want to put it all the way to the side, because we're going to put some, I didn't make it quite to the line, but I'm okay, because we can come in and we can hit that, or we can even use a blending brush if you want to and blend up there. But I'm just going to do this. That's what I'm going to do. Hope and pray that I can get that right there, just like that. There we go. So that's a little, well, it could come up a little bit more. Stamp that off. There we go. All right, I'm okay with that. All right, so now we need to put a roof on the barn. So we've got our little roof piece, and we're going to use early espresso for that. So I said I was done with early espresso, but I really wasn't. I'm not done with early espresso. So now we're going to stick it. We're going to line this up the best that we can, and we're going to stamp our roof and the cap to the little silo thing there. Or it could be a house and it's a chimney, but if it's a house, it's got a wide, there's no door on it. So I'm saying it's a barn. Now we're going to bring in our little fence. I don't know, sometimes when you have little kids or teenagers, they act like they live in a barn when they leave their door, when they go out the door and they leave it open, right? All right, so I've got my little fence. We're bringing back in early espresso. I just closed it, but it's all right. It's nothing but a thing. So the little points, when the fence has got the little points, hopefully, well, see if you guys, I don't know if you can, you can't really see it, can you? Let me see. I'm going to turn this over. So can you see the points in there? Maybe not, but anyway, so it's got the points. That's the top of your fence. So I'm just going to line that up. We're going to stamp it right next to the barn on both sides. So just like so. All right. I didn't quite get that one straight, but that's okay. It still looks great, right? You're just not going to have perfection with handmade cards because they're handmade. So something's not going to quite be straight or something's, you know, but that's what makes them special. So I'm learning not to stress over that so much. All right, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to figure out right where I want this to be. And I'm thinking I want it to be right about there. So what I'm going to do is, I wish I had my tape. It's coming. It's coming. I really just want it to be, I want it to tack it in place so that it doesn't move around on me. I'm just going to take a little piece of glue dot. And hopefully I don't mess it up or tear the cardstock, but that's what I'm going to do. Place this right where I want it. So I want it to be right about there. Make sure that my barn is straight and it's not crooked. All right, because now what we're going to do is we're going to come in with the pool party and we're going to stamp some clouds. And I wanted my clouds to look as if they were coming off, where they're even with they're even on this piece and on this piece. Hopefully you guys understand what I'm saying. I hope you do. That's my intention anyway. Let's put it that way. All right, so I'm going to ink up my cloud and pool party. I'm going to stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp a cloud right here, just like that. Okay, I'm going to ink this up, stamp it off, and I'm going to stamp this one right there, just like that. All right, and then I'm going to stamp off, and this cloud is going to come probably right about here, just like that. And I left this blank because we're going to come in, and these stems that go to this small group of pumpkins right here, these are the stems to those pumpkins. So they go on the pumpkins just like so. But look at them. They actually look like birds. So I think when I did use this stamp a couple weeks ago. Or was it? I don't even remember. It was a couple weeks ago. Well, it was more than a couple weeks ago because I think it was because we did the trees. That's right. And I used the dies to the loveliest trees. And I used this as well. I used the birds. Remember, I said they just look like birds to me. But we're going to use this whole strip for birds. I'm going to get this blocked up. We're going to bring in, I think I'm just going to do early espresso for the birds. So we're just going to ink those up. Look at that. See, they're birds flying. Isn't that the coolest thing? So they're going to come right across here, just like that. All right, there we go. So now we are ready to put this on our layer. We're going to line this up and put it on there just like that. Isn't that beautiful? Now, you guys, I learned something that I did not know about. And I learned this from Rachel Tessman with Stamp Your Art Out, who was talking about card candy. How many of you guys have heard of card candy? Because this is new to me and it was really, really cool. This piece, oh, that we got to glue that. We're going to pop that up. So that's okay. I'm going to take that off. This piece right here could be card candy with or without the layer. And I just think that is the coolest thing ever. And you can do card candy swaps, or you can give them as gifts, like a little sack full of them and stuff like that. So I think that that is just so cool. So please comment in the comments below if you've heard of that before, because I just think that is super cool. All right, so we are gonna do this. I've just got 3 of them on there. I think that that's probably enough because this is a small circle. And now what we're going to do, where we stamp those clouds, we want to line those up just like so. All right, there we go. So that is all ready to go. It's going to go right here with that pretty wood background on here. Saw that card candy and did not know what it was. Yeah, you saw it too, did you? It's so cool. I absolutely love it. You can pop this up too if you want to, but this card is pretty thick already, and I don't want extra postage going through the mail. But if you were going to hand deliver your card, you could pop everything up that you wanted to pop up. But I'm not going to pop this up. I'm just going to lay this down flat, try to center it the best that I can on here. And now we have just one more step. So remember this piece right here that I said that we punched out with the hexagon punch, which I was going to punch one out, but it's not over here. And I'm a little lazy tonight, honestly. I didn't want to walk across the room, or what you guys always see me do is just roll over in my chair. But I'm not going to do that because I've already punched one out. So what I'm going to do is cut this in half long ways. Just going to bring in this little trimmer right here. This works fine. It doesn't even have to be perfectly in half because we're going to trim some of this off anyway. So it's going to be good. All right, so there we go. So now we have 2 pieces that will work just fine for, my chin is itching. And I stepped outside earlier, and I think a stinking wasp got in my shirt or right in here. But thank goodness it didn't sting me all the way. I'm just going to trim the sides, but I could feel it. It was like very irritating. It was like borderline hurt when my bra strap rubbed against it. Actually, where is our sentiment that we stamped? Right here. Did I stamp this in Old Olive or Pretty Peacock? I don't remember. Pretty Peacock. Okay. So this is going to go on here like so. Just like that. But you want to trim some of these edges off so that it doesn't stick out. So I'm going to trim that. And just going to trim just a little bit. And we're going to see how that is. And then that's going to go just like that. You're going to push it all the way to where the bottom of this sentiment hits that last little corner right there. That's where you want to glue it. So I'm going to put some glue all the way across here, just like that. Aw, I'm glad that you guys like this card. Thank you so much. I'm so happy that you do. I almost didn't do it because of the one stamp set that is no longer available and it's not coming back. I almost didn't do it. But I thought, no, because we can still do this card. We'll just change the sentiments around. And the sample card that I have does use that stamp set, but it's okay because if you have the stamp set, you can do it. And then I'm going to show you, we're not going to make a whole card, but I'm going to show you a sample of some things that you can do. That's going to be really, really pretty. All right, so now what we're going to do is this piece here is going to go right up underneath here, but when this is closed, you won't see it. So let me move this out of the way because it's like throwing me off. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip this over, right? Okay, yeah. So you're going to flip this over, and then I'm going to take a piece of the side of your dimensionals where it's just little strips, or if you have the strip adhesives or you have the adhesive strips, sheets, you can just cut strips, which is normally what I do, but these, might as well use these because I don't waste them. I use them up, so we're going to go ahead and use them. So I've got a strip on there, and I'm going to put this towards the bottom. Now, I don't want to put it too far down because I don't want my card to slip down too far. I want to make sure that it is as straight as it can be because you don't want your easel to be lopsided when it's standing up. Now, the next thing that you're going to do is you're going to put this right at the top of at the bottom of this part here, this part here, okay? So you're going to put it just like so. And I'm going to fold that down. I'm going to drop it just to make sure I'm right. Yep. Okay. So, because you want it like this. I did one day before yesterday, and I wasn't paying attention, and I put it up like this. And when I attached it, it was upside down. So you don't want to do that. You want to make sure that it's going to go right. All right. So I'm going to go ahead. We are going to pull this, and I know that this is going to work. All right, so I've got that. I need to bring it up closer, though, so I can see what I'm doing, because we have pool party on pool party. So it is just about to the top. It's like a 1/16 of an inch away from this edge right here. The point of that sentiment is 16 inches about from the edge there. I'm making sure that it's about right, left and right. I already took off my backing, so this is ready to go. So what I'm going to do is fold this up. I'm not going to press down, just touch it so that that sticks. So there you go. So then that gives you wiggle room to try to straighten it up, which it does need to come over this way just a little bit. So I want it centered, so that's pretty good. And it's okay. My sentiment isn't exactly straight in the thing, but I'm okay with that. All right, so there we go. So now our card is going to slip right down in there, and it's going to sit like so. So I just love this card. I think it is so, so pretty. So very pretty. Never ordered the blends. No, you never did? Went to make a card. Carol says she went to make a card using new ink colors and realized I never ordered the blends. No. Oh, I love the blends. Are you talking? Yeah, you're talking about the alcohol markers, right? I love them. Oh, well, thank you. I didn't think there was a whole lot of detail to this one, but thank you so much. My tree. Okay. So anyway, so that's how you make the easel card. I just decorated this. You can do them any way you want to. It doesn't matter. So let me show you the one that I did. So here we go. So this one is just like that. All right. And it sticks right in there. I did the same. I really loved the way this is because if I would have used the whole hexagon or a different thing or a different punch or die, the ones that I wanted to use were just a little bit too big, so there wasn't enough room to put. I guess I could have put it up higher and the easel card would have sat up higher, but I don't really like the way that sits. It looks much better down like that. So I just came up with this and was playing around and said, well, wow, that's really pretty. So this uses the truck. Now, if you don't have the trucking along, there is a way you can get this. You can get the truck builder and you can still make the trucks. So I'm going to show you how I did this. I may not use the green because I don't have any green right here. Let's just go ahead and use, well, no, we're going to use this. You know what? Since this is just scrap, I'm going to use this. This is retired. I think this is Starry Night or the the other one that just retired. I don't remember. I gotta take a drink again. Sorry, you guys. Well, you guys are, hey Kim, I didn't see you on here. Oh, I'm glad you love watching. So pretty, love this card. Thank you, Carol. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you, Chris. I just really love this so much. Okay, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your punch and you're gonna punch out your chalk. You're going to punch it all out. Just punch it all out. So there. So now you have your truck punched out. You have one of your fenders, and then we're going to move these aside because we don't need them. So now what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to waste cardstock and cut my whole truck out, I'm just going to cut me a piece that's going to be long enough to hold in here to cut my other fender out so that I'm not wasting cardstock. So all I have to do is cut that fender out like so. All right, and now we need, actually I do need this piece here. Now we just need some black. So we're gonna take some black and we're gonna line it up in there, and we're gonna punch a tire, and we're gonna punch another tire. All right, so there we go. So here's a tire and here's a tire. All right, so now it's time to build our thing. Now, how I did the tires on here, the tires that are on here, I use the bronze metallic enamel effects. And I just put a dot in the center, just made like a pearl size in the center, and put them aside until they dried. And then I finished putting my truck together. And then because you used the black, you had to put the fenders, or not the fenders, but the wheel wells, is that what they're called, on there to cover the tires to make them look like that. Now with this one, there's no window in here. So I tried to do where I just cut a pool party out, but it just didn't look right to me. So what we're going to do is I'm going to take a piece of glue, because this is going to come out anyway. I'm going to put a piece of glue, a dot of glue right there. I'm going to take this window that punched out, and I'm going to place it right where I think I want it to be on our truck. I probably should do a different color so that I can really see what I'm doing here. Try to get it on there as straight as I can. You know what? I do need to do a different color because my eyesight is absolutely horrible. And there's no way that I'm going to see that in there. So I'm going to take this pool party and I'm just going to punch that out just like so. And then we're going to do this again. So I'm going to put a little piece of, a little dot of glue, a little piece of glue, a little dot of glue. Yeah, this is better. I can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to put where I think my window is going to go. Try to get it straight in there. And I'm going to give this a second or two to try to dry too, so that it doesn't move around on me. And I'm going to show you what you can do. All right, so we're going to stick this in here, and see that little window piece right there? You're just going to line. Okay, we're going to use a Post-it note. That's another little trick. If you got a piece of paper that isn't quite long enough, just take a Post-it note, and you can stick the Post-it note right on your piece that you're trying to punch out, and that works as your handle. So you can just stick that right, well, let me do it this way. I think that will work better. There we go. All right, so that works as your handle. So you can just stick that right in there like that, and then you can line it to where it's lined up. And then we're just going to punch that right out. And looky there, I made a window. Ah, looky there. That's something my granny would have said. Looky there. All right, so then you got your little wheels. You can always use embellishments. 2 for your wheels. You glue your wheels down. You glue your wheel wells. Your wheel wells. I think that's what that's called. Do you guys know anything about that? What these things are called? I think it's wheel wells. I'm not sure. It could be a fender. But I always thought the fenders were the front and the back, those chrome looking things. You can tell I'm not a car girl. Okay, so we're going to put that on there. It's sticking to my fingers. But anyway, you guys get it, right? So you just stick those on there, and if you glue these down, you got it better. So that goes like that. That goes like that. You can stick them as far down as you want because you can make a lifted truck if you wanted to, right? And then this goes, we're just going to go ahead and do that just so that you guys can see, because I can sit here for hours and try to get this to sit and it won't. All right, so there we go. I'm going to put a piece of glue here. Oh, that was a little bit much. And then we can stick that right on there like so. It can come down because it looks like the front end is higher than the back end. Just like so. All right, and then you're going to glue these down. You could also pop these up if you really wanted to look muscly. Like it's on steroids or something, you know. Okay. So I'm going to put that right there, just like that. I'm kind of doing a sloppy job here, but that's all right. And then we got this piece right here is going to go right here, just like that. Whoops, kind of like that. All right. So there's your truck. Isn't that cute? Let me hold it up. So isn't that super, super cute? And then the pumpkins, all I did was I stamped, which ones did I do? I did these, and I just cut around that pumpkin right there to cut them apart. And then of course, you know, you had that big chunk out of this pumpkin. So you just kind of turn them sideways to where you didn't see that. And that's how I did that. So you can still do it if you don't have the stamp set and you want to create this card or something similar to it. The punch was available this morning. I'm sure it still is. Well, I'm not going to say I'm sure it still is, but go ahead and get that, and you can still build your truck, and you can make it as fancy as you want. You can do some shading with your blends or your markers or whatever you want to do. So yeah, so that's how you do that. Now let me show you an option. Here's an option right here. So if you put that right on there, look at that, without the truck. Isn't that beautiful? And I'm going to show you real quickly. We already did the masking. I did the pumpkin on top. You don't have to mask to put the pumpkin on top because it's photopolymer, so you can kind of see where it goes and stamp it. So I just did a stack of pumpkins and the mountains. And let me show you how I made the mountains. I did them in the same color that I did the ground, but I kind of wish that I would have done them, or at least tried them, in a different color. So where's my, here it is. So I'm going to show you how to do it. All right, so I need, where is, here it is. So we're going to bring in our Pierce mat because we're working with photopolymer. Let me move this stuff out of the way because open scissors that are pointed towards me is dangerous. So let's go ahead. All right, so I'm going to ink that up in crumb cake. I am going to stamp my first mountain where I think I want it. So if I'm recreating this, I know that my barn is right about here. So I want my mountain, the dark mountain, that mountain to be right there. All right. So keep in mind that your ground is going to come all the way up to the edge of that. So it's a continual flow. Now what I'm going to do, because my mountains are going to be further away, I'm going over this a little bit just so that it creates that look like the mountain is behind it and it's not choppy. So it just kind of flows right into each other. So you can stop there, Or you can do this. You can make another mountain. Like you can do just like that. So where the mountain is just going higher and higher. And then you can even stamp off. I stamped off twice. And you have one that's really light in the background. So isn't that really cool? I absolutely love that. And then everything else I did the same. I just, all the stamps come to make all this. The birds, the clouds is the same stamp, only we just did it in Pool Party. You could do it in Balmy Blue. You could do it in gray, whatever color you wanted to do. You can change up your barn. You can make your pumpkins a different color, your fences, different browns, the trees, different browns. So it's just however you wanted to do it. So again, let me show you. Like these trees, I did them gold because when I redid this, I should have done these in gold because when I went to go visit my one daughter in Colorado Springs, you can see the mountains from her house, and you can see Pikes Peak. And all the trees up there, well, not all of them, but the majority of the trees, especially up in the mountain, are all those aspen, Colorado aspen trees, I think. So I should have stamped these like a lighter color, like maybe a stamped off crumb cake, and then did these gold because those leaves up there are so pretty, and I should have did the mountains in that color. But the only thing I'm trying to figure out is maybe how to make a snow-capped mountain. So you might be able to use the paste and kind of carefully put the paste on there and stuff like that. So that's if you wanted to get that detailed. All right, so let me close this up so that that's really cool, and I know it is. You done did good. Thank you, Chris. Listen to our English. My English really is bad tonight. Okay, so we have this one. I'm just going to lay them down so that you guys can see them. This is the one that we recreated tonight. And then we have, oh, not that one, this one right here. We did this one tonight. How come? So there we go. I don't want that to... We're just going to lay them flat, but you won't know because then you can't see the, okay. I can't figure out why that one's not wanting to, there we go. I probably should have put it down a little bit further. All right. Can't really see them like that though. That's all right. All right. So let me show you another one. So this is the Z-fold card too, and this one, isn't that beautiful? I absolutely love the coloring of this one. This one is done in Poppy Parade in Lemon Lolly and Lemon Lime Twist. And look closely to the butterflies. So how I created that was with the gold metallic enamel. I just carefully squeezed out and went down the body of the butterfly to give it a little bit more detail. I used Poppy Parade light and dark Stampin' Blends, Lemon Lolly dark and light Stampin' Blends to color in the butterfly. And then, oh, and I also used my color lifter because sometimes I just want it to be just a tad bit lighter, just to really give it that something something. And I used Lemon Lime Twist for the leaves. And then I just made, I put a card base on there instead of like the designer series paper that we used here. And I just made my border a little smaller. So this is 1/8 of an inch smaller than the wood one. And so that gives me like a 1/16 of an inch around. And then I tied the Lemon Lolly Baker's Twine that you can find in the ribbon section on my online store. And all these products you can. This is the Spotlighted Nature bundle. So this was one of the dies that I used. This is another technique because if you notice, this butterfly is going that way and this butterfly is going that way, and that is called mirror imaging, and we'll do that one day. Maybe after the holidays, or maybe when we're done making Christmas cards and all the holiday hoopla is winding down as far as crafting goes. We may do the mirror imaging. You guys will just have to remind me. And then these are down here are from the they're from the Unbounded Love dies. So let me show you. So the one in the center that the thanks is, that's the same die that we used tonight. This is one of my favorites, this one. So we used that one, and then I used this die right here to for the background in Lemon Lolly. And that's all I did. So that is so pretty. Let me know which one is your favorite one. If you like the pretty peacock, the old olive with the truck, or if you like the butterflies. Which one is your favorite? I can tell you right now which one's my favorite. All of them, because they all have something that I really like. And that's just it in a nutshell. All right, so that is all I have for you guys tonight. Let me go ahead and pull up the camera here. So I hope that you guys love this technique and fold, fun fold. It's called the Z Fold Easel card. The technique that we did with the pumpkins and the fence is called masking. So that's what we did tonight. You can mask anything. It is really a lot of fun. I haven't done it in a very long time. But yes, so it's really cool. Yeah, so that's what I have for you. Please remember, if you're watching on YouTube, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I really do hope that you do. Please give me a thumbs up. We've kind of like hit, kind of like leveled out. I haven't had any new subscribers in about almost 2 weeks now. So we need to get those going again, because I really want to go live on YouTube. And I thought I was going to be able to through the server that I have, that I stream through, but I used the free plan, and my son told me that I cannot. I said, yes, I can. I can do it. He said, not through your streaming thing, because it only lets you choose one. I said, oh, well, I thought it was like I couldn't do them both at the same time. He says, no, you do one or the other. So we have it set up for Facebook. So that's what I have to do for right now, until I can afford to pay for the plan, which really isn't that much money, but for me right now it is. So until I can afford to do that, or I reach 1,000 subscribers, whichever comes first, I won't be going live on YouTube. I'm so sorry, because I really wanted to, and I was really hoping to do my free card class with purchase on YouTube live, but that's just gonna have to wait. Okay, so I think that I've got everything and told you guys about everything, and I cannot find my mouse. Here it is. All right, so let me check your comments. I am gonna go ahead and put my glasses back on. I know, the truck is so cute, isn't it? Okay. Good. That kills me. The butterflies, yes, Lynette, I love the butterflies. They are beautiful. The butterfly is Chris's favorite. I think it is just the color combination for me with the butterflies. Plus, I love butterflies. It's part of my logo. I just love butterflies. But yeah, so that color combination is really pretty. Carol, you are so welcome. Thank you so much for your prayers. I really do appreciate them. All right, I think I did not miss anything. I'm gonna make sure. Carol, make sure you order those blends. They're cool, which I know you know. Okay, I think I got it all. All right, so you guys, I'm going to sign out, and I will see you same time, same place next week. Doodly-doo.